Off the bus and onto the field. Welcome into another edition of Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Joined by Zach Engberg today. I'm Jordan Brenner, and we're at Pershing Park once again, where the Oaks and Foresters will do battle for the third time this season. A lot of preview for this game, Zach. First of all, the Oaks only had about an hour to warm up today. A 1 o'clock bus for, a 2:45 bus for the Oaks. Resulted in a lot of traffic. First pitch up and tight to Tyler Oedeker. More on that in a second. Let's get into the Foresters field first off. TJ Foreman, Danny Galilich, and Eric Kennedy left to right in the outfield. Oedeker chops one to third. Connor McKenna charges. Sidearm throw to first is in time. 5-3, one gone. Raul Sandoval next. Infield for the Foresters, Connor McKenna and Tevin Tucker left side. Ryan Cash, the speedy second baseman. Jacob Katzvey at first, and Connor Pavoloni at first base. The starting pitcher today out of the University of Southern Nevada, Garrett Clark, and he had a big spring. Raul Sandoval takes a first pitch heater on the inside corner. 0-1. Oaks lineup like this. Oedeker leading off. He just grounded out. Sandoval hitting, followed by Nico Lima, who's DHing. Jacob Castro, the first baseman today. Next pitch in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Yamashiro drops down to number 5 in the order, followed by Steele Ledford, the left fielder. Ramon Gomez, Daniel Krasnick, and Trent McKinney, the final 3. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls and a strike. This past year, Garrett Clark, in the spring, he threw for a 3.15 ERA. That pitch is up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nico Lima, a hard-hitting DH on deck. Clark sets and offers. Hard ground ball to the second baseman, fielded by Cash to Katzvey. 4-3, 2 straight groundouts is how we're going to start this game off. Foresters coming to this game 4-2 on the season. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They're 2-2 in the CCL. Both of their wins have come against Conejo. 1 in Thousand Oaks, 1 here in Santa Barbara. Nico Lima, the DH, next. Breaking ball low to Lima. In the last game, Nico Lima checked in with 3 base hits. One of them on the infield, 1 to left, 1 to right. Also walked and stole a bag. Scored a couple runs. Chopper to third. McKenna. Easy throw across the diamond. It's off the mark. Lima is safe at first base. The throw got away from Katzvey. It looks like Lima ran into the glove of Katzvey, which knocked the ball free. And the Oaks will have a runner aboard on what should be ruled an error on the throw by Connor McKenna. So Oaks in business here in the first inning. Last time the Oaks and Foresters squared off here in Pershing Park, the Oaks also got a fast start against one of the best summer collegiate teams across the country. 2 away with a runner on for Jacob Castro. Rips a ground ball to second. Cash to first in time. No runs, no hits, an error, and a runner left for Conejo. It is scoreless through a half inning from Pershing Park. On to the bottom of the first inning, and more preview for this ball game right here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back at Pershing Park, Oaks and Foresters for the first inning. It's Jordan Brenner and Zach Engberg, the third time these two teams have faced off this year. Eric Ma gets the nod for Caneo today. We've seen him once this year, and he was really good. 5 innings pitched back in Pasadena against the Arroyo Seco Saints. In those 5 innings, he only gave up 2 earned runs, struck out 3, and didn't walk a single batter. But a stiff test for Ma and the Oaks today, and it starts off with the right fielder Eric Kennedy for Santa Barbara. The first pitch is chopped to first. Backhand stopped by Castro. Pitch back to Ma. Not in time, an infield single. Just too much speed from Eric Kennedy there, and the Foresters have a runner on. Foresters lineup looks like this. Ryan Cash bats in the 2-hole, plays second. Jacob Katzvey hitting third. Danny Galilich, the 4-hole hitter, followed by the DH Ross Cadena. Connor Pavoloni after him. Connor McKenna, TJ Foreman, Tevin Tucker, the final 3 for the Foresters. And here comes the always dangerous Ryan Cash, who takes a pitch outside. 1-0. Oaks infield looks like this. At second base is Ramon Gomez. At first is Jacob Castro. Yamashiro at the hot corner. Odekirk at short. Next pitch fouled off out of play to the left. And it's quickly 0-2 to Ryan Cash. Behind the plate is Daniel Krasnick today from Hawaii. And the outfield for Caneo, left to right, will be Steele Ledford, Raul Sandoval, and Trent McKinney. Next pitch, sky high on the infield. In foul territory, Krasnick makes the call, and he makes an underhanded catch for the out. And the first batter retired here in the bottom of the first inning.
Sponsored by Chuck of Hawaii. Please welcome the first baseman, number 8, Jacob Katzvey.
Jacob Katzvey, the first baseman, will be next. So 1 gone, 1 on for Santa Barbara. Foresters, as we mentioned briefly, looking to get back in the win column. Unfamiliar territory for Santa Barbara as Ma throws over to check on the runner.
And both those losses, Jordan, they stranded a runner at third base. Very unlike the Foresters to not close out games, but they have the last 2.
Runners left on base has been a theme for Santa Barbara. There's a line drive down the left field side into left field. Ledford charges, not going to have a play at third as Kennedy races around the bases. First and third on the Katzvey base hit to left, and the Foresters are threatening here in the first inning.
Kennedy always dangerous on the base paths. He runs so smoothly, gets from first to third with ease. Once again, 90 feet away from taking the lead.
That's true. Foresters yesterday, they struck out 14 different times to a deeper Arroyo Seco Saints pitching staff. We saw how much better the Saints were on the mound this year in the 2 games the Oaks played against them, as the first pitch is high from Eric Ma. They have so much depth. They can give you so many different looks, and it's clear Santa Barbara early in this season really struggled against them. They left 11 runners on base as well, as that ball is swung on and missed. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Santa Barbara obviously always with the very deep, coveted lineup, but let's see if Eric Ma can do some damage.
0-2, runner goes from first. Ledford makes the play in left field, has a play at first, throws the cutoff man Yamashiro back across the diamond, in time to first base. And the Oaks are out of the first inning on a line drive double play. It went line out to left field, throw to the third baseman Yamashiro, back to Castro at first, and in the inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We're scoreless from Pershing Park through 1. Back for the second on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Ryan Yamashiro to lead off the top of the second for Conejo. Scoreless. Throw-in inning from Pershing Park. Garrett Clark's first pitch is a strike. Garrett Clark out of Thousand Oaks High School, a native of Thousand Oaks, 6 feet 1 inch tall. The next pitch is a breaking ball, this time inside. Garrett Clark had quite the season for Southern Nevada. Never went more than 5 innings this past year. Yamashiro fouls back to the screen, 1-2. But he showed flashes in his freshman season, Clark did. 6 strikeouts against South Mountain Community College. Didn't walk anybody against Southern Idaho. Didn't give up a hit against Salt Lake Community College. Pitches up and tight. Only started 1 game this past year and went 20 total innings, gave up 7 earned runs. Struck out 20 and walked 6. Yamashiro skies one to right center field. Should be the center fielder's play. And he drops it in center field. Yamashiro still hustling, slides into second. That'll be an error and a 2-bagger for Ryan Yamashiro. The second error for Santa Barbara so far today. The first came on a throw by the third baseman, Connor McKenna. The Oaks will take it with nobody out. There's a runner on second and in scoring position for Steele Ledford, the lefty.
And it's so hard to beat the Foresters by themselves, but if they help you make base running mistakes, make errors on the defensive side, pitching mistakes as they've done so far today, this bodes well for the Oaks.
It's going to be critical to take advantage of these opportunities when they present themselves. Ledford, the lefty, awaits the first pitch. High, and it's 1-0. Garrett Clark has had a very fine start to the season for Santa Barbara as well. He's thrown 4 scoreless innings, making it 5 after the first inning today. Pitch is on the inside corner to Ledford, a run back to Seamer, 1-1. Almost felt like a high school start to a ball game, Zach. Right off the bus, right onto the field. No time to think about it. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded down the first base side, just a bit foul.
And it's surprising considering you think it would be Conejo who'd be making the base running mistakes or the defensive mistakes.
Well, from the Foresters' perspective, I mean, they got here at a normal time today. They were waiting and waiting around. They went through BP, and then they had to do more waiting than normal. The game was delayed around 15 minutes today. 1-1 to Ledford. Oaks have a runner in scoring position. That's Yamashiro. The righty Clark gathers at the chest. Checks Yamashiro a couple times and offers. Ledford, line drive, shallow center field. Galilich charges and makes a running grab for out number 1. A good pitch by Garrett Clark to get that in on the hands of Ledford and not let him extend. Because as we've seen this season, Zach, when Ledford is able to get that extension and get the barrel to the ball, it can fly.
He's got that sweet lefty swing, can hit to all sides, but especially silky smooth down into left field.
Ramon Gomez next. Swings and misses at an elevated fastball. Gomez, perhaps his biggest hit of the season, came early on in the last game at Pershing Park, where he had a 2 RBI base hit against Cole Quintanilla. No balls, a strike. Yamashiro a small lead at second. And there's a line drive that's going to drop into center field for a base hit. Yamashiro will be held at third, and the Oaks have runners at the corners with 1 away on a line drive base hit by Gomez straight up the middle. Good piece of hitting by Gomez. Didn't necessarily hit it hard, but inside out thinking the other way, and he drops a little dink and dunk into center field. Next up is Daniel Krasnick, the catcher. Last time we saw Kraz was against Santa Barbara in Thousand Oaks. It was a tough day for him. Swings and hits a mile-high foul ball deep into Pershing Park, off a tree, and off go the kids, racing to go get it.
It's a free smoothie.
On
Krasnick
one.
yet to get a hit this season, 0 for 8.
Yeah, in the last game, he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, 2 looking, 1 swinging, but ended that game with a walk in the 9th. Kraz, a calm stance, and he waits the pitch high, a ball and a strike.
It's tough, especially at a position that catcher that Coach Slees obviously is looking to platoon this season to maximize your opportunities. Kraz, not so many this season, has not been able to maximize, but this is absolutely a great one right here. Runners on the corners, top 2 against the Foresters.
Oaks trying to get to Clark for the first time this season. The throw over to first. Not in time as Gomez slips underneath the tag. It's a cold day here in Santa Barbara. A late start for a CCL game. On the schedule, it said a 6 o'clock, but the game was delayed around 15 or so minutes. Cloudy day. That pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Krasnick. Slight chance of rain here in Santa Barbara. Only a 10% chance, though. A brisk 60 degrees. The 1-1, chopper to short. Tucker only has 1 play to first, and that play is in time, but the Oaks get a run. So Tucker throws to Catsby, and the Oaks take a 1-0 lead as Yamashiro comes in to score. It's 1-0 Caneo here in the second inning, and they take advantage of the poor defense by Santa Barbara. A good start for Caneo. But again, the Oaks have been up against the Foresters this year. They were up 3-0 in the first game against Santa Barbara. They blew that lead as Trent McKinney, the 9-hole hitter, steps in and takes a slider outside, 1-0. McKinney's lone home run on the season came right here at Pershing Park. Next pitch is called a strike, 1-1. Big lead by Gomez off of second, but he's back in time after the threatened throw by Connor Pavoloni, 1-1. Oaks were actually leading in Game 2 against Santa Barbara, though that was short-lived. They scored their only run of that ball game in the first inning. Santa Barbara came back to score 10 unanswered runs and win that ball game 10-1. Off the end of the bat and foul down the right side, 1-2.
They exploded as they've been known to do.
6-run ninth inning in that game. Zach Presno, who's not in the lineup today for Santa Barbara, checked in with a grand slam. Sky-high blast to left center field. Always impressive at Sparky Anderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oaks want more. McKinney, the batter, swings and just gets a piece of that one. Lunged for it and taps one foul. 1-2. Ramon Gomez loves hitting here at Pershing Park, doesn't he, Zach? Especially early on in the game.
Only 208 this season, but a couple of big hits here in Santa Barbara.
Trent McKinney hitting .222 this season. He has 2 extra base hits. 1 double, 1 homer. Garrett Clark back on the hill. The righty just surrendered his first run of the season in his 6th inning of work. Big lead off of second. The pitch in. Slider in the dirt. Did he go? The appeal? He did not go, says the first base umpire. That was close and an impressive stop on that play by Connor Pavoloni. Sure-handed catcher behind the plate. Throws down his sign for Clark. Clark agrees and sets. The 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. Strikeout number 1 for Garrett Clark. and the Oaks are done here in the top of the second inning. Not before a run in the hit, an error, and a runner left on base. The Oaks take a 1-0 lead. The Foresters look to respond when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Ross Cadena to lead off the home half of the second inning from Pershing Park. We've alluded to it all season long. The Foresters are the class of the CCL. Breaking ball, a strike from Eric Ma. And it's 0-1. Boy, Eric Ma, all he does is get on that hill and just fire in strikes. Fastball is actually a secondary pitch. His favorite pitch is the splitter. There's a heater. Line drive deep down the left field side. If it's fair, it is not gone. Hold on, it is gone. Just carried right over the foul pole in left field and dropped over the wall in left field. Ross Cadena quickly ties this game on a home run. It's 1-1. Hard to tell with that clear fence in left field where that ball bounced. It was clearly over the 310 sign down the left field line. It's 1-1. Ross Cadena has haunted Conejo this year.
And the Foresters have big fly power. All their bats charged up right there.
That's
big
his
blast off Ma.
Fastball is high against the new hitter Connor Pavoloni. That's Ross Cadena's second game-tying home run against the Conejo Oaks this year. In the first game these two teams played this season, 1-0 upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. The Oaks were up 3-1 in the 8th inning of that game. Ross Cadena connected on a 2-run blast to left field. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Cadena 4 hits this year. Half of those hits have been home runs off the Conejo Oaks.
Just has the Oaks numbers. As you mentioned, that's his second home run of the season. Pavoloni, a high fly ball to the right side, and on the cut of the outfield grass, the second baseman, Ramon Gomez, makes the catch for the first out of the frame. Pop out to 4. Connor McKenna next, the third baseman. Anyway, back to Santa Barbara. This isn't just an elite CCL team. This is an elite summer collegiate team. Competitive with some of the best across the nation. Some of the Cape Cod teams. You can even make the argument that some Foresters teams, as the first pitch misses down and inside 1-0. You can make the argument that this Foresters team has had the firepower to compete with a Team USA in the past, which is, of course, the best summer collegiate team you can be on. Fouled back, 2 strikes now.
7 national championships in the National Baseball Conference, which, as you mentioned, is the summertime championship dating back to 2006 with Bill Pintard.
The next pitch is off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. You look at some of the alumni of the Santa Barbara Foresters, as that pitch is cracked into center field, could drop over the glove of Gomez into right center field. That's the second hit of the game, second hit of the inning for Santa Barbara, the fourth hit of the game on a little looper to right field. One on with one away. Justin Wilson, a former member of the Santa Barbara Foresters. A.J. Griffin. I mean, the list goes on and on. Kevin Franzen played here. Longtime Philly and National. Matt Garza had a huge career in the major leagues. Ryan Church, for a while, a very good pinch hitter at the highest level. A strike is thrown to TJ Foreman, the left fielder.
Couple current big leaguers, too. Jeff McNeil, the infielder on the Mets, finished 6th in Rookie of the Year voting last year, hitting around .330 for the Mets.
All around the CCL, you see some notable alumni going professional and having success at the next level. That pitch is inside. One ball, one strike. TJ Foreman, left fielder today, a deep breath as he digs back into the batter's box. 1-1 in the second inning. Pitch from Ma, hard ground ball to second. Gomez, the flip to shortstop for one. Odekirk's relay is in time. An inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. That's the second inning-ending double play the Oaks have turned in as many innings. But the Foresters come back. They score a run on a couple hits. No errors. Nobody left. Oaks and Sturs tied at 1 through 2 innings on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Now batting for
Garrett Clark back on the hill, inning number 3 of work against the Conejo Oaks. Score tied at 1. Oaks only 1 run on 1 hit. The Sturs 1 run on 4 hits. Odekirk takes a breaking ball low. An interesting article came out yesterday about the California Collegiate League in the Orange County Register. That pitch is high to Odekirk. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch, a strike at the chest. Odekirk didn't love it. Mumbles under his breath, and it's 2-1. Really, the article was more about 2 of the higher profile names in the CCL. 2-1 pitch, fly ball to medium deep left field. A can of corn for TJ Foreman, and there's 1 gone. Odekirk is now 0 for 2 as Raul Sandoval will come in for his second at-bat. Grounded out to second his first time up. Ken Lendro, we talked about him a bit on our last broadcast, the manager of the Academy Barons, a World Series champion in 1988 with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The first pitch is a strike to Raul Sandoval. Landreau actually caught the final out of that World Series win. The other person who was talked about in this article, Mike Scioscia, longtime Angels manager. The next pitch is high, a ball and a strike. Mike Scioscia hit the home run that sent the Dodgers to the World Series in '88. A strike at the knees on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A 1-2, a high fly ball, right field. It's shallow. The right fielder makes the call, and Eric Kennedy makes the catch. F9, 2 straight pop-ups to the outfield for the Oaks, and 2 quick outs. That home run for Sosha came in Game 4. It was a game-tying home run. Legendary home run against the New York Mets that he'll remember forever. Nico Lima takes a first pitch strike, no balls and 1 strike. Lima reached on an error in the first inning and was thereafter stranded on second. Taps one foul, 0-2. Really, the contents of the article is how these 2 big-time, high-profile players, that's what they were. Both Sosha and Ken Landreau were notable players. Landreau, an all-star.
And Sosha's managing career with the Angels overshadows what he did as a player. Obviously won World Series with the Angels, but he was a fantastic catcher.
The 0-2 pitch. Lima stays alive as he fouls one back to the screen. But it's a story about how the CCL is kind of a distraction from the normal world and the world around the game of baseball. How it's just a chance for these kids to lock in and prepare to be professional. Ground ball to third, cut off by McKenna. It looked like Tucker was going to make the play at short. McKenna called him off, throws across the diamond, 5-3, and the Oaks are gone in order in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Through 2.5 innings, the score is tied at 1 from Pershing Park on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 3rd inning on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jordan Brenner, joined by Zach Engberg. Late start here on a Friday night. Eric Ma, his first pitch is high to the new hitter, Tevin Tucker. He's playing shortstop today. Tucker takes a strike at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tevin Tucker on the season has not gotten a hit yet, as a splitter from Eric Ma is low and away, 2-1. He's had 7 at-bats on the season. He scored a run. He's walked twice this year. Ma's next pitch in there for a strike. 1-2. Tucker, the shortstop, with a slightly open stance from the right side, awaits the pitch from the righty Ma. A heater is outside, but that sets up what Eric Ma can do next. Eric Ma is, at least last time we saw him, was so locked in. It's all about what he's setting up next. The 2-2 pitch. There's the fastball called strike 3 at the knees. The first strikeout of the game for Eric Ma. And back to the top of the order with one gone in the third. Eric Kennedy, who had an infield base hit his first time up, is next up.
Just a perfectly executed pitch right there from Ma. It's tough to expect a two-strike fastball, but put in there right in the right spot.
Splitter drops in for a strike, 0-1 to Eric Kennedy. Beat out a ground ball to Jacob Castro at first. Eric Ma didn't get over in time to make the out. Next pitch is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Going back to the sequencing that Eric Ma has, every pitch is thought out. Fastball high. That one got away from Ma. That's 1-2. But the thought process behind that pitch, elevate the heater, and then you could go low with the splitter or the slider. And there's the splitter. Line drive on the ground to the opposite field, but foul. And we stay at 1-2. Eric Ma at Whitman College this past season didn't throw an inning. Again off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eric Ma back in 2017 was the Northwest Conference Pitcher of the Week in February, as that pitch is away, and the count is full, 3-2. It's awarded the Freshman of the Year at Whitman. He comes set and throws the 3-2 pitch inside, and that's going to be a walk earned by Eric Kennedy. That one was just inside, and now the Foresters have some speed, and they have the ammunition on the base paths. Always fun to watch the Foresters play ball, because even though they have so much talent and they have more power than most teams in the CCL, Bill Pintard loves to let his team run around the diamond whenever he can. Ma checks at first. Kennedy back in sliding.
They have 2 guys this year with 6 stolen bases tied for the lead in the CCL, and Eric Kennedy, Jacob Katzfee.
Another throw over, nothing doing. Up and down the lineup. Lefty Ryan Cash playing second base. Still waiting the first pitch. Ma throws over a third time, and again back in safely as Kennedy. Ryan Cash playing second. He popped up his first time up in the first inning. He was busy against the Oaks the last time they played. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Ma doubled in the 5th of the last game. Was all over the base paths in the 9th. Walked and then stole third. Came around to score on a base hit. Runner goes from first. The throw from Castro, the catcher, is not in time, and a massive collision. Odekirk flips over as Kennedy steals that bag. And now Ramon Gomez checks on Tyler Odekirk, but he seems to be okay. A clean steal for Kennedy, and he's in scoring position with 1 gone in the 3rd.
He's so dangerous because not only does it mean that he can get over and score easier, but for a pitcher like Eric Ma to have to worry about Kennedy in the back of your mind, you can't focus in on Cash, and then they can take advantage.
Cash takes the 1-1 pitch low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Lefty Cash wearing the high socks today. Line drive to the second baseman. Gomez back to second in time. The 3rd straight inning-ending double play for Caneo. A line out to 4, the throw to 6, and the Oaks are out of trouble in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We're through 3 full innings with a score tied at 1 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back here for the top of the fourth inning with the Sturs and Oaks squared at one. For play-by-play, the fourth, fifth, and sixth, here's Zach Engberg.
Thank you, Jordan. Fantastic. Quick first 3 innings tied 1-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Jacob Castro, the first baseman, hitting out of the 4-hole. His second at-bat here today. Takes the first pitch in there. Castro, first time up, grounded into a 4-3 putout. Second game of the season. That's a ground ball to the first baseman, Catsby, with a nice play, but throws it just over the head of Clark. Castro takes a big turn at first, comes back, slipped a little bit, and he's on there. That's what, the third error today by the Sturs.
That is the third error for the Sturs, and that's in 4 innings. That's going to drive Bill Pintard crazy.
That'll be an E3 right there.
Think about it even deeper. This is a Foresters team that is coming off of 2 losses. I mean, maybe, just maybe, this team is tight. And I feel weird saying that because this team has a track record of dominance in the CCL.
Yamashiro up second time today, first pitch in there. It may be one of those weird things where maybe the long bus ride, not having to think too much about the game for the Oaks coming in, is working to their advantage, whereas the Foresters had to make them wait. It's a little unconventional, but sometimes that stuff works. Yamashiro waits for the 0-1, takes low in the dirt, 1-1. Yamashiro this season, one of the best hitters for the Oaks, hitting .370, 10 hits, couple doubles, 5 RBIs. He's been great batting wherever in the order, playing third today. And he's plunked right on the back, turns out. And the Oaks, 2 on, no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Steele Ledford, the sweet swinging lefty, coming up here. Man, that's got to hurt.
Can't feel good, especially it's a little bit colder than usual. Usually in the summertime, you just shake one of those off and then you grab an ice pack. But when it's a little bit brisk outside and you have the long sleeve shirts on, you get hit on the shoulder, that thing can bruise up really quickly.
Absolutely. Looks like there's going to be a mound visit here. A little meeting for Garrett Clark. He's struggled a little bit this inning. Obviously, the error did not help, but it was going relatively smoothly. A little bit of action last inning, but 2 outs here. You think they're gonna pull him anytime soon, Jordan? Or you think this is his inning to finish?
Well, we saw Garrett Clark when his season high in college was 5 innings pitched. So I think Bill Pintard could push him a little bit more, but 1 or 2 runs given up, I think he'll be chased.
Similar to what we saw with Jacob Flores the other day in Compton. Steele Ledford up here, 2 on, no outs. Chance to take back the lead for the Oaks. Clark looks back to the runner at second, delivers. Ledford showing bunt, fouls it off, back to the backstop. 0-1 count. And we've seen Coach Solis is oftentimes very, very forward as far as giving his batters commands to bunt. We've seen that McKinney in high leverage situations. He knows when to get the runners over. Clark checks the runner at second. And a big hack at it by Ledford, fouls it off into the backstop 0-2 hole.
That pitch today for Clark has been that elevated heater. That's been his strikeout pitch. Also seen him throw his fair share of off-speed in the dirt. He could go to either one here against Ledford. He set him up beautifully. It's no balls and 2 strikes now to Ledford.
And I think we know Ledford is a free swinger. Little mound visit between Clark and Cadena. Pavoloni's catcher today. Clark hangs the long arm. Sets. Looks back the runner, and he's going to turn. Castro back to second. Not a lot of speed on the base paths, but enough so that Clark has to be a little bit concerned with Castro at second. The pitch. Ledford with a drive. That's going to be caught, it looks like, by the right fielder. Castro running for third. It's going to be a fly out, first one down in the inning, but Ledford gets the runner over to third base.
And that was his job. That was a very good at-bat from Steele Ledford. He battled hard down in an 0-2 hole. And that's a pitch as Steele Ledford develops and becomes stronger and starts discovering his swing even more. That's a pitch that's not going to be a fly out 330 to right field, but it's going to be a bomb 385 to right field because that ball was hit on the button.
Absolutely. Ramon Gomez up here in the 7-hole. Big hack at it from Gomez. 0-1 count. Gomez last time up singled. Nice piece of hitting into right field. Drove in Yamashiro, the only... Oh, I'm sorry. Krasnick drove in Yamashiro, but he set it up. One of the only hits today for the Oaks. A one pitch, another big swing from Gomez. 0-2 count. Clark recovering here after a bad start to the inning. Is in full control against Ledford and Gomez.
It looks like he's in empty the tank mode right now, Zach. Mound visit. I think he was told, you're running out of outs. Let it all go.
Close out the inning. Shut him down. 0-2 pitch. And another big swing and a miss from Gomez. That's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 2 outs for the Oaks here in the top of the 4th inning. Daniel Krasnick, the catcher, up out of the 8-hole here. Krasnick last time up. An RBI sacrifice ground out to drive in the only run of the game for the Oaks. Still without a hit this season, but a couple RBIs to show for his plate appearances. First pitch is in there. Clark in full command here. The last couple batters in the top of the 4th inning. Krasnick, one of the many catchers that Coach Solis has platooned this season. Jacob Castro, who's playing first today. The pitch is low, and Yamashiro steals second base. A great piece of base running right there. He was ready to go. Took advantage on that bad pitch from Clark. Krasnick, the Hawaii product. And that's in there. 1-2 count. Beautiful piece of pitching from Clark. Painted the upper outside corner. You got to watch out for the breaking ball here. He's been setting it up.
I'm looking for a fastball.
It's low. Castro's going to try to come home. He's going to slide. And he is out at the plate. A great play by Connor Pavoloni. Garrett Clark covers. And the Oaks out of the inning. Nothing going. The Oaks, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base after that beautiful play at the plate. Or no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. And as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning, Foresters will come up. We are tied 1-1 here from Pershing Park in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg here alongside Jordan Brenner from beautiful Santa Barbara, California. Eric Ma back out for his fourth inning of work against the Foresters, and he lays that one in there. Strike one against Jacob Catsby, the 3-hole hitter. Catsby, first time up, singled. Second pitch is elevated out of the strike zone, 1-1 count. And then was out on a beautiful 7-5-3 double play. Ledford caught a line out. Beautifully executed by the Oaks to end the first inning. 1-1 count is high. Once again, 2-1. And that's really what the Oaks have been doing all day, is getting out of jams with amazing defensive plays. 2-1 count, fouled off to the backstop, 2-2 count. It's been Eric Ma forcing groundouts or even lineouts, and then the Oaks just miraculously getting out of every inning.
And that's what happened last game in Santa Barbara, if you remember, Zach.
Eric Ma, the 2-2 pitch, Catsby fouls it off once again, stays 2-2.
Yeah, back in the first game these two teams played, the Oaks are up 3-0, but there was this feeling throughout the game that Santa Barbara was just one big swing away. Oaks stranded a runner in all but one inning in that game against Santa Barbara. And, well, the Foresters late in the ball game finally got lucky and took that game.
Big 2-2 pitch. Catsby fouls it off over the backstop, and that is in the crowd. That's a free smoothie, baby. It always feels like the Foresters are one big swing away from...
Yeah. I wonder if on a cold night like this, if they give, like, hot chocolate instead.
Don't get me started on hot chocolate, Jordan. Big 2-2 pitch. Catsby, ground ball to the second baseman, and that's going to be a 4-3 putout for the Oaks. One down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Danny Galalich, the center fielder, number 20, a new addition to the Foresters. First time up, he lined out into that 7-5-3 double play to close the first inning. First pitch to Galalich and a big hack at it. 0-1 count.
Galalich from BYU, born in Pasadena, California. Big right-handed hitter.
0-1 pitch. He shows bunt, bunts it. Ma's going to run and try to make the play. Ooh, made the decision right there, was going to try to run him down. Castro covered a little late at first. He might have had a play, but regardless, that is a bunt single for Galalich.
Yeah, what a season he had at BYU. He hit .328. He is a base-stealing threat. He stole 5 bags this past year.
Of course he is.
6'4", 215 pounds. He's quite a physical specimen.
Bill Pintard knows how to pick him, Jordan.
At a certain point, it's not Bill Pintard picking no more. It's more like the players hoping to get picked up by this team. And
Ross Cadena. And that's going to be a stolen bag for Galalich. There's that speed, Jordan.
Second stolen base for the Foresters today. First came from Eric Kennedy in the third. And now Galalich steals a bag and enters scoring position here in the fourth.
Calls time. 1-0 count. Cadena, obviously the home run to lead off the second inning. Just dropped over the left field wall. And another big swing fouls it right off against the backstop. 1-1 count. This offense is explosive in so many different ways. They can get it on the base paths, obviously, little base hits, dink and dunk offense, but also, as we've seen, Presno, Cadena, they can let it fly, Jordan.
They love playing in this small ballpark. Feels like Little League to these guys.
Ma checks the runner, 1-1 count. Cadena, that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. That's a long throw for Yamashiro. Great play to Castro. That'll be a 5-3 putout. And Galalich gets to third Another great piece of base running. And that's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but the Foresters with a runner on third here.
What do you mean another great piece of base running, Zach?
They've been doing it all day, Jordan. Connor Pavoloni, the catcher, popped out to the second baseman. Pops it. Krasnick looks like he's going to try to make a play all the way up against the backstop. Lands in the crowd.
Looks like it landed right near our friend John Martoni, the Santa Barbara broadcast team.
They have a knack for it. Didn't one land
Yeah,
last game at Sparky Anderson?
it did. That's a good memory.
Wonder if he brings a glove.
I doubt it.
He's been doing this for around 35 years. I'm sure he's got some great stories. I'm sure he's caught some balls. 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1 count. Eric Ma looking to get out of another inning, leave another runner aboard. 1-1 pitch is high, 2-1 count.
Eric Ma's in the zone today, Zach. He's throwing strikes. He's missing in the right spots, and that's critical for him.
And a massive swing right there. 2-2 count.
A massive swing and a little foul ball. Sometimes that's how it happens. Actually, frequently that's how it happens.
It's all about getting contact. Massive pitch for Ma right here. Pavoloni skies it to right field. Is McKinney going to have a play? And it's going to go foul. We don't have a great view of right field, but we can kind of get a sense of when somebody's going to make a play just looking at the players.
Well, they got the tree that overhangs. Doesn't quite get into fair territory, but certainly a factor on foul balls down the right field side.
2-2 pitch, a little bit low and outside, full count. I think I remember it coming into play last time we were here too, Jordan. Ball into the tree. Just another little feature of this beautiful Pershing Park. 3-2 pitch. High, just misses. Pavoloni reaches on a walk. And the Foresters have runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Once again, just one hit away from taking the lead. Connor McKenna up now. Reached on a bloop single in the 2nd inning. And then was doubled up.
Little conversation between Jacob Castro and Eric Ma. Eric Ma, very fortunate right now to not only have one catcher on the mound, but two as Daniel Krasnick joins the meeting. Castro, remember, played catcher last game against the Academy Barons. He's at first base today. It's a lot of knowledge, a lot of baseball knowledge in that mound meeting right now.
Quick meeting. Coach Solis struts off the mound. Krasnick getting back set at catcher. Castro back at first. I think that's one of those quick meetings where you just tell them, all right, man, get this one hitter, execute your pitches. Just don't give up anything high in the zone. Don't leave anything hanging. First pitch misses once again. 1-0 count to Connor McKenna. You would expect this is where he would rely on his splitter. And wow, big miss by McKenna. He was way off on that. Swung high. That ball dropped low. And he knew it. 1-1 pitch is high once again. 2-1. McKenna this season 1 for 7. One hit was a single. That's a foul ball right over our heads. Ball drops right in front of us. Ball boy sprints over and grabs it. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 pitch, and that's a full count. 3-2. Once again, Ma. In a dangerous zone right here. Misses this pitch, and that's a run. Big swing and a miss. Gomez makes the great play, and that's a 4-3 putout to end the inning. Once again, the Oaks somehow avoid big-time damage from the Foresters. And the Foresters in that inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are still tied 1-1 as we head into the top of the 5th inning. The Oaks will be batting. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg alongside my broadcast partner Jordan Brenner. And the Oaks tied 1-1 here in Santa Barbara, coming back up in the top of the 5th inning. Daniel Krasnick back up here in what I believe is a 2-2 count. Gonna have to check back on that. Garrett Clark. So it was not a 2-2 count. I'm not sure where that rule stands. That pitch was in. Strike one. I'm not sure where that rule stands when it's in the middle of a batter and the inning ends quickly 0-2, but apparently the count just resets because Daniel Krasnick in an 0-2 hole here.
Yeah, as soon as if you don't finish your at bat the previous inning, you get a fresh one the next inning.
0-2 pitch. Krasnick just misses.
Good pitch from Garrett Clark. He's zoning in right now. Even that miss on the fastball low and away, just about 2 inches outside, executing everything right now.
1-2, a little bit high, 2-2 count. And he knows Daniel Krasnick has struggled a little bit from the plate this year. That's a pitch that he did a good job laying off because that's a hittable pitch. In the dirt, 3-2 count. Great discipline here from Krasnick.
A little bit of a broadcaster's reverse jinx over here. You talk about the opposing team, you say good things. Bad things will happen to them.
Krasnick fouls it off. Right over our heads. The catcher, Connor Pavoloni, coming to check on us. Jordan, you were up. You were ready to catch that thing.
I was about to drop my headset and go make that play.
Little diving catch.
Yeah.
Web Gem, top 10.
Why not?
Haven't caught one yet this year.
Haven't ever caught one.
Wow. 3-2 pitch.
Good at bat.
Just misses. Krasnick on here with a walk to lead off the top of the 5th inning. Trent McKinney struck out his first time up in the 2nd inning.
Daniel Krasnick doing the dirty work for Caneo today. An RBI ground out in the second, and now a hard-fought walk after being down 0-2.
It's Daniel Krasnick's 7th walk of the season. Has not been hitting well, but man, oh man, is he reaching base.
That's what he's known for.
McKinney with a little dink and dunk offense right there. Drops down the bunt. Krasnick gets over, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. But the Oaks have a runner on second as we reach at the top of the order with Tyler Odekirk.
That's fundamental baseball for Trent McKinney, and that's not going to show up in the box score for him. But we talk all the time about how the summer is an opportunity for scouts and coaches to get a feel for a player. A beautiful sacrifice bunt on the first pitch of an at-bat is still a productive at-bat that looks good to those people.
Absolutely. Odekirk takes the first pitch in there, strike 1. And we know McKinney can let it fly too, so sacrifice bunting right there, showing he's here to do whatever he needs to help the team win. Clark was in the middle of his windup. Time called. Raul Sandoval getting some swings in the on-deck circle. He's a dangerous hitter, too, at the top of the order.
All these guys for the Oaks, individually, there's a lot of talent on this team. When they all click and they all get hot together, that's when it's time to watch out.
Pitch to Odekirk takes 0-2 count. And we've seen that a little bit earlier in the season against the Southern California Cubs. 14 runs in the first game.
Sure.
The other day against the Academy Barons, 9 runs. When they get rolling, they're fun to watch. Clark checks off the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch. Odekirk a little too quick for that breaking ball right there. And that's a strikeout. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Raul Sandoval up now. Sandoval 0 for 2 today.
Now 3 strikeouts for Garrett Clark. Hasn't been his best start, but he's wiggled his way out of tough situations.
First pitch to Sandoval. Skies it in the infield. Clark calls him off. The first baseman comes in.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Jacob Catsby steals the play from Clark right there. And after 5 innings here in Santa Barbara, California, the score is tied 1-1. The Oaks that inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Come back in the bottom of the 5th on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here in the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg alongside my broadcast partner Jordan Brenner. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Oaks and the Foresters tied 1-1. Eric Ma back out there once again for his 5th inning of work. Done a great job here today limiting the explosive Foresters offense. Connor McKenna going to lead off the 5th inning.
This Oaks staff, what they've done against the Foresters this season is nothing short of remarkable. And because of that, fans should be very optimistic about where this team is.
Drops in there, 0-1 count.
Every start we've seen against the Foresters, Travis Weston, 4 2/3 scoreless.
0-1 pitch, Foreman, big swing and a miss. It looks like it hit Krasnick right on the leg. He's limping a little bit.
Looks like he's hanging on to his right knee. Coach Solis out of the dugout quickly.
One of the dangers of being a catcher. I mean, these guys are so tough, but even if it's not a serious injury, that's a stinger. That's going to linger for a while.
Yeah, I could guarantee you Daniel Krasnick, not one to just leave a ball game. He is doing whatever he can to stay in and shoes off Coach Solis. That's one tough dude right there.
He's got a little Klay Thompson in him, Jordan.
Yeah. Not too much Klay Thompson, though. Daniel Krasnick's the winner.
Oh, Jordan. You don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Jerry Ramirez, the second start against the Foresters for the Oaks.
5
runs.
pitch.
Sorry.
0-2 pitch fouled off, still 0-2.
5 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs. And now we see Eric Ma in his 5th inning of work. Only 1 run given up against this Foresters lineup. The reason the Oaks have lost this ball game has been not their starting pitching. It's been a lack of offense and an inability to hold on late.
0-2 pitch, just misses low. 1-2 count. That's the tough thing about the Foresters is you can put together a great game. Great starting pitching, great relievers, but if you have only one piece missing, as we saw in the second game, 1 bad inning and it's over for you. Foreman fouls it off towards the Foresters dugout, still 1-2. And I mean, that is the DNA of a team led by Bill Pintar that has won 15 CCL championships in the last 20-plus years and 7 NBC championships since 2006. I mean, they're unflappable. 1-2 pitch from Ma, delivers, and that's going to be a nice base hit into left field for Foreman. He rounds first, takes a couple steps towards second, comes back, and that's a leadoff single for TJ Foreman. Tevin Tucker up in the 9-hole with 1 runner on in the bottom of the 5th. Once again, the Foresters getting runners on, getting opportunities. Once again, we'll see if Eric Ma can get out of the jam. Every inning, it seems like. Get base runners on, get them over, but only 1 run to show for it. Tevin Tucker struck out looking in the 3rd inning. Looks to bunt right there. Beautifully placed bunt. Yamashiro with a laser throw. 5-3 put out, but he gets Foreman over. Does his job. 1 down. Runner on second. And it's going to be Eric Kennedy at the top of the order. Dangerous hitter.
Beautiful bunt by Tevin Tucker. It was so good that he almost beat it out at first base. And here comes Coach Solis. Talked to Eric Ma. Eric Kennedy has been a tough out for the Oaks today. Hasn't necessarily hit the ball hard, but he is 1 for 1 with a walk, and Coach Solis is going to rip Eric Ma out of this game. What a day it's been for him, Zach.
That's going to be it for Eric Ma. We'll get you his line in a second. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg alongside my broadcast partner, Jordan Brenner. The Foresters once again with an opportunity here. One down, a runner on second here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Matthew Struther, the big righty from University of California, Santa Barbara.
Back at home, Zach.
Absolutely, it's got to be nice. First pitch to Eric Kennedy. Kennedy with a ground ball. That's an opportunity for a 6-3 putout right there. 2 down.
Eric Kennedy can fly, Zach.
Man, oh man, he's dangerous. Already with an infield single today. 6-3 putout right there. Ryan Cash will be up.
That might be the most uncomfortable casual 6-3 ground out we've seen this season.
Gets the runner over. Eric Ma, a productive outing, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and that was on the big fly from Cadena. 1 strikeout and 2 walks. Good performance for Ma once again. First pitch is in there. Cash was showing bunt, pulled back, 0-1 count.
That shows you a lot, Zach. There are 2 outs in this inning. The Foresters, quite frankly, have bunted all over Caneo this season. Ryan Cash, he can fly. He was thinking about it.
Right there, he was thinking about taking this game over with 1 swing, a big hack at it. Fell back a little bit off balance. Quickly 0-2.
That's the equivalent of an ankle breaker for baseball.
He saw something there, but he just missed on that one. Struther stares him down, delivers. Going to be a ground ball once again to the shortstop. A beautiful 6-3 putout right there to end the inning. Struther gets out of the jam. And the Foresters, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base in the bottom of the 5th inning. Struther once again gets out of the jam. Game is still tied 1-1 here in Santa Barbara. The Conejo Oaks will be back up in the top of the 6th. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg alongside my broadcast partner, Jordan Brenner. Here in the top of the 6th inning, game still tied 1-1. Nico Lima up here, the 3-hole hitter for the Oaks against the new pitcher, Drake Greenwood. First pitch, that'll be a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. McKenna to Catsby, a little 5-3 putout to start the inning. 1 down here in the top of the 5th, or top of the 6th. Drake Greenwood out of Rice University. There's a solid pipeline here in the Foresters. Rice to Santa Barbara. Jacob Castro up now for the Oaks. I'll get you Garrett Clark's line in a second after this first pitch. Greenwood delivers a fastball in there. Beautiful delivery from the big righty. Garrett Clark, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Solid performance. Castro, swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Greenwood, 6'5", 222. Junior out of Houston, Texas.
Zach, this might be, in my 2 years calling CCL baseball, the coldest game I've ever called.
And that's a big strikeout. Castro strikes out looking. Greenwood doing quick damage here. First strikeout of the game. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, I am cold, Jordan, and you don't see this very often. In the middle of June, even here in Santa Barbara where it's a little more regulated.
Got me thinking, since baseball is a summer sport, got me thinking about trivia today. More on that later.
Ryan Yamashiro up for the 3rd time today. Beautiful breaking ball, just misses.
Now I'll ask you, do you want to do the trivia now or do you want to get it wrong later?
Send it to me, Jordan.
Well, what's the coldest Major League Baseball game in the history of baseball?
Yamashiro swung 1-1 count. Coldest game in the history of Major League Baseball, Jordan.
Hold on. Let's get your answer next inning. Let's give our Oaks faithful a chance to answer.
Yamashiro drives it foul to right field. Coldest game in the history of Major League Baseball. Where would it be? Maybe Milwaukee.
Maybe, even though.
Maybe Minnesota. 1-2 pitch fouls off once again. Still 1-2.
I don't know about the history of Milwaukee baseball. I do know the Twins have played inside for a large portion of their career, or of their existence.
I definitely saw a game recently where it was snowed out. Pittsburgh, maybe? I'm not sure. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Just misses right there, 2-2. Yamashiro, good eye. Maybe New York? No, not New York.
Could be.
Boston.
Start blowing in Boston.
I feel like it's going to be a really weird one, and it's going to be like in L.A. or something. 1-2 pitch. Yamashiro grounds it to the shortstop. Beautifully handled right there by Tevin Tucker. That's a 6-3 putout. And the Oaks, nothing going that inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Still tied 1-1 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Foresters will be up to bat. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg alongside Jordan Brenner here on a chilly day at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, California. Jacob Catsby up. to lead off the 6th inning, facing off against Matthew Strother. First pitch, swinging. Fastball low, 0-1 count. So, once again, the trivia question for today that Jordan posed to myself and to all of our viewers out there. Where was the coldest Major League Baseball game ever played? And I will give my answer later this inning. 0-1 pitch. And that is a liner right between the third baseman and the shortstop that's going to get in there. Ledford picks it up. And that's a single for Jacob Catsby. Once again, the Foresters with a runner on here early in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Danny Galalich up, cleanup hitter for the Foresters. Great piece of hitting right there by Catsby, Jordan.
Yeah, I was about to say, a guy like Catsby, all the power in the world, and yet he's 2 for 3 with 2 knocks to left field from the left side of the plate.
He can hit anywhere.
Yeah, he can spray it.
Galalich, that's a double play ball. It takes a weird bounce. Great play by Odekirk. 6-4, cannot get the 3. Galalich just beats it out. Catsby out at second. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
What a great play by Tyler Odekirk at shortstop. That took a weird hop. Again, these CCL infields aren't quite the quality of a major league infield. You'll get weird hops from time to time, but Odekirk, not the tallest guy, had to leap up and catch that ball with a full extension of his right arm. Somehow snagged it and made the smart play for the fielder's choice.
Ross Cadena up. Strother checking on Galalich. Tough name, Galalich at first. Galalich. Again, a new addition to the Foresters roster. I should know his name regardless. Galalich. First pitch to Cadena. Strother, the big Roddy, once again. Checks on Galalich.
It's interesting, Zach. Reminds me, as a broadcaster, I'm a little bit of a nerd on the subject. And oftentimes, broadcasters, they'll write in their notes how a name sounds and not how it's spelled.
Phonetically. Still waiting on the first pitch to Cadena. In there for a strike, 0-1 count. I do that as well, and still, in the heat of the moment, get the name wrong, especially on tough ones. The Foresters have a load of, what's the right word? I'll call them fun names, because they are fun. It's a little extra challenge.
They're names. Engberg isn't the easiest to pronounce.
I never said it was, and once again, checking on Galalich. Galalich.
No, just Galalich.
See, I'm switching back and forth.
Anyway, even some of the biggest players in a sport, the broadcasters still won't give them the respect and spell their name right.
0-1 pitch just misses there, 1-1 count.
Coming to mind, the reigning women's college basketball player of the year, Sabrina Ionescu. That's spelled I-O-N-E. I think it was Dave Pash who spelled it in his notes. Y-E-S-C. It's all over the place.
Checks on him again. Was that 4 times this inning? Only 1-1 count to Cadena.
Well, it's clear what the message in the dugout is from Coach Solis. Throw over there until they stop running. Might be here all night.
They're never going to stop running, Jordan. 1-1 pitch delivers, fouled off by Cadena right over our heads. 1-2 count. The first time, I believe, the first time that I tried to say Sabrina Ionescu's name, I got it wrong.
You did.
It's a tough one.
Not easy.
Yet another little fun quirk of the job.
Yeah, broadcasters get excited about how they write their notes.
We are nerds. Galalich was running. Hit and run right there. Foul ball by Cadena. Still a 1-2 count. We've seen a little action in between innings. young fans getting on the field, doing a little dizzy bat, trying to run around the bases, big pile-ups.
They almost ran into each other. One of the funniest sights you'll ever see.
A 1-2 pitch just misses 2-2 count.
They had the kids start running across the diamond from different sides, so they both got to second base, and there was a traffic jam, almost like a collision on the 405.
I mean, they have to know what they're doing sending them out there, right?
I mean, you'd certainly hope so.
It's like a Hunger Games out there. Sheesh.
Yeah. All in good fun, though. My favorite in-between inning activity in the CCL, when we go up to San Luis Obispo, I believe we'll be there sometime next week.
1-2 pitch, Gelilich runs. And the throw by Krasnick goes wide. He gets up. He's going to head to third base. Cadena strikes out, but Gelilich gets to second, steals second. Wild throw by Krasnick, heads into the outfield, and he gets to third base. And once again, right here, the Foresters, a runner on third, 90 feet away from taking a lead tonight. Connor Pavoloni going to come up now, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Matt Struthers' first strikeout of the game. In San Luis Obispo, what they do is they give every fan a tennis ball. And they have them everybody throws the tennis ball on the field at the same time, and they put this little bucket on the mound.
Struther first pitch in the dirt, 1-0 count.
And if somebody throws a tennis ball into the bucket, and you have to pay for your tennis ball, so
Of course you do.
they make it back.
Capitalism.
Sure. They give you, I think it might be free barbecue, which is, $10, but that's a package worth $200 in my opinion.
1-0 pitch high, 2-0. That's the magic word right there, Jordan. Free. I mean, free anything, but especially free barbecue. I'm hungry now. That's right. Line of the season, like Hunger Games. It really was. 2-0 pitch, Connor Pavoloni. That's going to be a ground ball. 5-3 put out. The throw from Yamashiro was a little off. Great play by Castro. And once again, the Foresters strand a runner on base 90 feet away. That inning, the Foresters no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Still tied 1-1 as we head into the top of the 7th inning here in Santa Barbara, California. Come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Oaks and Foresters tied 1-1 here as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Zach Engberg here, and I'm going to throw it back to Jordan Brenner, who's going to handle play-by-play for the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Jordan?
Well, Zach, we got a good ball game. Great job on your play-by-play. He called 3 scoreless innings. We're tied at 1, top of the 7th. Drake Greenwood, the pitcher for the Foresters, going to pitch to Steele Ledford, who's 0 for 2, with a couple flyouts to center and right field. Greenwood's first offering is a heater, called a strike. First 2 at-bats for Ledford came against Garrett Clark, who went 5 innings of 1-run baseball, even though that 1 run was not earned. The 0-1 pitch to Ledford. Crack of the background ball to second, fielded by Ryan Cash, and he makes a running throw for the out, 4-3. Anyway, to complete the thought, Steele Ledford and Garrett Clark were actually teammates at Thousand Oaks High School. So we now see a visit from one of the dogs in attendance tonight. We're in a few of them. All of them adorable. 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. Here comes Ramon Gomez, who ducks out of the way of the first pitch fastball, 1-0.
The Santa Barbara Foresters, Jordan.
Not your best, but not your worst. Not your worst.
I'll take 500.
1 away. Gomez will wait to the next pitch and takes low, 2 balls, no strikes.
So you asked last inning, Jordan, trivia question of the day. Where was the coldest Major League Baseball game ever played? And after this pitch, I'm going to answer not only where it was, but when it was.
2-0 pitch, low, 3 balls, no strikes.
And how cold it was. Well, I mean, it's a educated guess. So my guess is Coors Field, let's say 2005, and I'm going to say around, that pitch is in there for a strike, and I'm going to say around 0. I'm going to say exactly at 0. Coors Field, 2005, exactly 0.
2 balls, a strike. The pitch is fouled to the left side, 2-2.
How close was that, Jordan?
Well, you got your first one of the season. It was at Coors Field.
Yes.
Congratulations. It was not 0 degrees.
Okay.
I'll give you the win anyway, because that's impressive. 2-2 on its way. Greenwood sets, peers in, and fires. Fastball, high fly ball down the right field line. On the line, making a running catch is Eric Kennedy. That ball had quite a bit of carry, but a long, loud out, and there's 2 away. The coldest game ever played was 23 degrees Fahrenheit at first pitch. It was the Rockies against the Atlanta Braves. 23 degrees. The old record was 28 degrees. This was in 2013. Breaking ball, a called strike to Daniel Krasnick. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI.
So I may have overreached trying to guess the date and the temperature. Maybe a little bit.
Breaking ball below the zone, 1-1. I'm impressed, though. Zach, congratulations. You win nothing. I hope you enjoy it.
I do. Thank you.
The 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Oaks and Foresters, 3rd time this season. Foresters are 4-2 on the season, 2-2 in CCL play. Oaks 4-3, 2-3 in CCL play. Fastball called a strike at the knees, inner half.
One of my 1 for 3 now on the season. Yeah, 1 for 3.
I think 1 for 3. Yep. 2-2. Breaking ball away. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a Hall of Fame batting average, Jordan. 333. I mean, small sample size,
Sure.
but
I mean, 1 for 3. You get in the Hall of Fame for that? I don't think so. Bounces off the plate, off of the umpire's mask. Daniel Krasnick has walked for the 2nd consecutive plate appearance. And he's on with 2 away in the inning. Trent McKinney will try and continue the 2-out rally.
just shook it off. Bounced right off his mask.
Trent McKinney is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Strikeout back in the 2nd. We see a pinch runner aboard first. I can't quite get the name for you right now. We'll tell you as soon as we see the number. It looks like Zach Kamenko. We'll confirm in a moment.
Running at first base, Zach Kamenkow.
Yeah, it is Zach Kamenko pinch running for Krasnick at first. He'll likely come in and play defense in the home half of the 7th. 1-1, go-ahead run on first. Trent McKinney at the bat. Greenwood sets his pitch, breaking ball. Broken bat back to the pitcher. Greenwood dodges the bat, gets the ball back, and throws in time to first to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left for the Oaks through 7.5 innings. It's 1-1 between the Foresters and Oaks on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 7th inning from Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, California. It's the Oaks 1, the Foresters 1 in the home half of the inning. Connor McKenna leads off for Santa Barbara as Zach Kamenko comes in as the new catcher, replacing Daniel Krasnick. First pitch strike, 0-1 from Matt Struther. Pershing Park, part of a rich baseball history here in Santa Barbara. Currently, Santa Barbara City College plays here during the season. The 0-1 pitch, fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2. It's in the middle of Castillo and Cabrillo Street. Castillo Street and Cabrillo Boulevard. Pershing Park, mountain views, ocean views around here. Gorgeous facility. No balls, a strike. Greenwood sets a deep breath as he peers in for the sign and offers. Too low, a ball and a strike. But if you look back, Pershing Park has quite the history before Santa Barbara City College, before the Santa Barbara Foresters. The early days, there were local teams that played here. Ground ball that could get through. Shortstop Odekirk gets over, but there's no throw needed. That was an infield base hit the whole way. Connor McKenna is now 2 for 3. A base hit to right field in the 2nd, and now a base hit to the shortstop here in the 7th. Foresters with a man aboard to lead off the 7th. Yeah, local teams played here in the winter months. In fact, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig brought teams to Pershing Park to get some action in the off-season, in the cold months. TJ Foreman next. Shows a bunt beautifully laid down to Yamashiro, who charges from third, throws to first in time. 5-3, a perfectly executed fielder's choice. A runner on second with an out in the inning.
1 for the Foresters, sponsored by Hall of Famer Vaughn West. Please welcome the shortstop.
Once again, perfectly executed right there by the Foresters. Great base running. Great job getting the runner over. Bunting all over the Oaks today.
Santa Barbara Cubs used to play here. Tim Badillo, who founded the Santa Barbara Foresters when he owned the Cubs, enticed the legendary Satchel Paige as the first pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. And he enticed Satchel Paige to pitch for the Cubs against other professional teams pitching Santa Barbara. So in this very spot, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Satchel Paige fouled back to the screen, 1-1. And that's only part of Santa Barbara's incredible history, Zach. The last minor league team to play here was the Santa Barbara Dodgers, who left town after the 1970 season when Laguna Park Stadium was demolished and replaced by a parking lot. 1-1 to Tucker. In the dirt, 2-1. Yeah, but the Santa Barbara Dodgers won championships in 1941, 1948, 1951. Dodgers entered the league in 1964 to replace the Santa Barbara Rancheros. 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. Look at some of the players who played for the Santa Barbara Dodgers. This is right by the Pacific Ocean in the California League. You look at Don Sutton, Willie Crawford, Dick Williams, and how about Sparky Anderson? Big lead off of second. The 2-2 pitch, jam shot, foul ball to the right side. And the count remains 2-2. Pretty amazing how stars align like that. Things connect. Sparky Anderson. Of course, the field where the Oaks call their home during the summer in Thousand Oaks, named after the legendary manager Sparky Anderson. Played here in 1953. Inducted to the Hall of Fame here in 2000.
Won a World Series with the Tigers in the 80s.
Throw back to second, almost goes into center field, but the second baseman, Ramon Gomez, able to get over. 2 balls, 2 strikes with an out, and a runner on second. The Foresters have the go-ahead runner in scoring position in a tight 1-1 ball game. 2-2 count to Tevin Tucker, who's 0 for 2. Strother checks the runner. Runner breaks from second, goes to third. Kamiko's throw is on target, but not in time. Connor McKenna steals a bag. That's now 4 stolen bases for Santa Barbara in this game. 3 off of Krasnick, now 1 off of Kamiko. 90 feet away from breaking a 1-1 tie.
Once again. I feel like they've been right on the doorstep again today, Jordan. Every inning.
Eric Ma got the start, went 4 1/3. Gave up 1 earned run, walked 2 and struck out 1. Gave up 6 hits, and now it's Matthew Strother's turn. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled back. Strother replaced Eric Ma with 1 out in the 5th inning. With a runner on second base, Strother got 2 straight groundouts to shortstop to get out of trouble there. Pitched a scoreless 6th, gave up a hit and stranded a runner. And now he's in the 7th with 1 out. Runner on third. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Hold on, fouled off, and Kamiko couldn't hold on. So we'll do 2-2 again. Thanks for. Go ahead, Zach.
Great job of fighting off right here by Tucker. You see mental toughness even from the bottom of the order, not going down easy.
pivotal moment in this ball game. Tucker waves his bat, awaits the 2-2. Greenwood ready. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball. Hold on, the count was full. Tucker checked his swing, and he's aboard first. Thought the count was even at 2. Again, no scoreboard here in Santa Barbara that's visible for us, so we apologize. Scoreboard's located right behind the first base dugout. Anyway, runners on the corners with one away, and here comes Eric Kennedy. A base hit in the first for him, a walk in the third, and a stolen bag, and grounded out to shortstop in the 5th. Mound meeting, and here comes Coach Solis out of the dugout to join the fun. In 1847 here in Santa Barbara, right after the end of the Mexican War, there were a group of Californians. This was before California was a part of the Union, I'm pretty sure. God, I took 4th grade. I should know this.
It was a long time ago, Jordan. It's okay.
Guess I need to catch up on the history books. In 1849, California became a state. And we're going to see a pitching change here, so we're going to send it to a break and finish the story when we come back. A runner on third and first for Santa Barbara. And here comes the new pitcher, Carson Carter from Texas Tech. Back in a second with an out in the inning on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Number 27, Carson Carter.
Back here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Sturs threatening to break our 1-1 tie with runners on the corners and 1 out in the inning. Tevin Tucker's on first. He just walked. Connor McKenna is on third. He had an infield base hit earlier in this inning. The new pitcher is Carson Carter from Texas Tech. Trey Greenwood, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits. No runs, though he's on the hook for both guys on base. 1 walk and a strikeout. The flame-throwing Carter against Eric Kennedy. What a battle it should be. Carter steps off.
For the Foresters, this is definitely the guy you want up. And for the Oaks, this is definitely the guy that you want to face off against Kennedy.
Carter, 4 1/3 innings pitched this summer. 3 strikeouts, no runs given up. He's walked a couple batters. First pitch, fastball. A strike on the outside corner. 0-1. By the way, California became a state not in 1849, 1850 California became a state. New York Volunteer Regiment reached California after the Mexican War in 1847. Came to Santa Barbara. 0-1 pitch, bunt laid down the left side, foul. A safety squeeze. Bill Pintard going deep into his bag of tricks to break this tie. No balls in, 2 strikes.
Get a little bit of everything here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcast Network. Some great baseball, great commentary, and apparently a little bit of history, too.
Yeah, why not? I got a 3 on my AP US test in 11th grade.
You bragging? Is that?
I mean, not really. 3's fine. I passed. But apparently I don't know it well enough.
Carson Carter this year also 3 wins, 3-0 on the season. Has come in at opportune times. Help close the door.
Next pitch. Outside, gets away from Kamenko. The go-ahead runner from third will score. McKenna crosses home plate, and the Foresters lead 2-1 in the 7th. Tucker goes to second base on a wild pitch by Carson Carter. Sturs 2, Oaks 1. And now Carter has to switch his focus to getting out of this inning and keeping the deficit at 1. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2. Oh, pardon me, that's strike 3.
Now batting for the Foresters, sponsored by Greg Wynn. Please welcome the second baseman, number 5.
So Kennedy down on strikes swinging, and here's a new hitter, Ryan Cash.
And that's it. That's all it takes for the Foresters. You make one mistake, and they're going to pounce on you. And that one mistake, a wild pitch right there from Carter. Run comes in to score.
Cash is 0 for 3 with a double play line out, a pop out, and a ground out. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0.
Do you have any more history for us, Jordan?
Well, the Californians and Americans, they played baseball against each other, and they didn't like each other very much. 1-0 is in there, 1-1. I'm reading this off of MLB.com. Largely because of the baseball games, the Spanish-speaking people of Santa Barbara, they did not like the New Yorkers who came to town. 1-1 on a foul ball. I guess that's the root of the New York-Los Angeles rivalry. I guess Santa Barbara, not quite Los Angeles, but the Southern California-New York rivalry, a prominent one. The people of California called the people of New York loudmouthed.
They still do, Jordan.
Exactly. Runner from second goes. Kamenko's throw to third on target. The tag applied. And the Oaks are out of the inning. In the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, none left. 2-1 Sturs. To the top of the 8th we go on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back here in the top of the 8th inning, Santa Barbara Foresters going to one of their most effective arms, Nico O'Donnell. Drake Greenwood's day is over. 2 scoreless, hitless innings with a walk and a strikeout. His first pitch is sky to right field down the line. We're going to have a look as Kennedy, and he makes a running catch for the first out of the inning. F9, 1 gone. That was Tyler Odekirk. And next up is Raul Sandoval. Raul is 0 for 3.
Number 4, Raul Sandoval.
Sandoval digs in. A ground out, a fly out, and a pop out today. First pitch is low. Nico O'Donnell's been quite remarkable this season. He's gone 4 hitless, scoreless innings with 6 strikeouts this summer. He's only walked 1 batter. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Oaks don't have a hit since the 2nd inning. Foresters have only given up 1 hit in this ballgame. Nasty. Little chopper. Sandoval hustling. He should beat this one out. No play for Connor McKenna. And there's hit number 2 for Caneo.
Reverse broadcaster's curse, Jordan. It works every time.
Does. Had to pull it out at this big moment. And here comes the big swinging Nico Lima. Reached base in the first on an error. The Foresters have 3 of those in this game. 2 straight groundouts, the third after that. A runner on, 1 out. The first pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. Chilly day here in Santa Barbara, but not a lick of wind as we're across the 8:20 hour here on the West Coast. The ball's a strike. Sandoval a big lead. Swing and a miss. Another hammer. Just a bender that started at the chest and ended up below the knees. Lima, no chance to get that one.
O'Donnell yet another dominant arm for the Foresters. Big righty out of Texas.
No balls, 2 strikes with an out and a runner on. 2-1 Foresters. Lima calls time. Yeah, the Longhorn O'Donnell. Quite a frame. 6'5", 195. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Yes, he did break the wrist, says the home plate umpire. And he's tagged out by Connor Pavoloni. A strikeout, the first of the day for Nico O'Donnell. And there's 2 gone in the 8th inning. 1 more out for Nico O'Donnell to get to send it to the 9th inning. And in comes the UC Irvine catcher / first baseman, Jacob Castro. He's thrown out at the plate in the 4th inning on a pass ball. Would have been the go-ahead run at that point. Tying run now. Ball gets away from Pavoloni. Sandoval hustles to second, and he stands there in scoring position with 2 away. Some life for Caneo here in the 8th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, a long look at second for O'Donnell. He offers, ground ball to the right side, hit hard. Cash tumbles, still fields and fires to first in time. 4-3, and the Oaks strand a runner in scoring position, and they're still down 2-1. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. Oaks will have 3 more outs to tie this game, but first, the Sturs look for an insurance run here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, Sturs 2, Oaks 1. Thanks for joining us on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jordan Brenner alongside Zach Engberg. Another close game for Conejo. We've gotten used to those in this season. Should be a good finish. Ryan Cash digs in. He's 0 for 3. And back on the hill, Carson Carter, the flamethrower from Texas Tech. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Cash was up hacking. 0-1. Reiteration of the Oaks field. Yamashiro Odekirk, left side. Gomez Castro, right side. Zach Kamenko, the new catcher behind the plate. As an off-speed pitch is over the outside half for a strike. It's 0-2. Steele Ledford in left field. Sandoval. Raul Sandoval in center. Trent McKinney, still the right fielder for Conejo. Carson Carter's 0-2 pitch is high. And now the count is 1-2. Oaks will be back home tomorrow in Thousand Oaks. After 2 straight road games, Barons were on Wednesday. Tonight in Santa Barbara. 1-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. Count stays the same. Oaks welcome the Barons into Sparky Anderson Field at 4:30 tomorrow. Pre-game at 4:15. Oaks will be accepting their 2018 CCL championship rings tomorrow. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That should be fun. Should be a number of Oaks alumni in attendance tomorrow. Be sure to talk about that on the broadcast tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, hit hard to the opposite field, and past the diving glove of Tyler Odekirk into left field. Ryan Cash finally checks in with his first base hit, and the Speedsters aboard as an insurance run here in the 8th with nobody out.
Sponsored by Steve Brown. Please welcome the first baseman, number 8. Let's stir it up for Jacob Catsby.
Jacob Catsby next. He also has 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3. Both base hits have come on a fastball that he's driven the opposite field. 1 on, nobody out. Carter's first pitch is a called strike. Oaks are 4-3 on the year, 2-3 in the CCL. 2 of those 3 losses at the hands of these Santa Barbara Foresters. The throw over to first. Castro has to hop for it. Tries a hidden ball trick. Tried to throw back to the mound without actually throwing it. Had the ball in his glove. Ryan Cash is having none of it. Lefty Catsby awaits the pitch from Carter with a runner on. The pitch, too low. One count. Lights fully lit up here at Pershing Park as the sun is completely gone. Carter steps off.
All eyes on this game right here, Jordan. Big moment. Foresters up 2-1, a runner on first. No outs. 3-hole hitter up. Huge moment for Carson Carter here.
Indeed. 1-1. Carter stares in. Winds and fires. Fouled back. 1-2. Bus ride back to Thousand Oaks should be a bit quicker than the bus ride up. Oaks were stuck in traffic for a couple hours. At least that's what it seemed. Got here around 5:30 for a 6 o'clock start.
It was around 5:15.
5:15 or so. Another foul back. Still 1-2. Yeah, the Oaks, their quickest warm-up of the season. Doesn't seem like it's affected them all too much. A clean defensive game for Conejo. Number of fantastic double plays. In fact, one in each of the first 3 innings. 1 and 2, Carter sets. The big righty offers. Breaking ball, again fouled back. And that's headed for the tennis courts.
It was the Foresters early on who were making all the miscues.
Yeah.
Base running, making errors, bad pitches. I think for a rivalry game like this, you don't need much time to warm up. I mean, you got to get loose a little bit, but you're fired up enough where you're going to come in ready for this game, especially losing 2 in a row as the Oaks have to the Foresters.
Foresters just as motivated. They've dropped 2 in a row. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, caught by Kamenko. That's a strikeout. That's the second for Carson Carter today.
Number 20, Danny Jelic.
And the new hitter is Danny Gelilich, the center fielder. Lined into a double play to end the first inning. Base hit back to the pitcher in the 4th and stole a bag. Was later stranded at 3rd. Grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice in the 6th. First pitch heater, a strike.
And 2 stolen bases.
That's right. Quite the speedster, Gelilich. Stands in from the right side. Not the best posture when he swings, but hey, whatever works. What do I know? Next pitch low. Kamenko, snap throw back to first. Could be in time. It is. Zach Kamenko catches Ryan Cash sleeping off of first base. Out number 2 on a beautiful back pick attempt. And tag applied by Jacob Castro.
A little catcher-to-catcher action right there. Beautifully done by Kamenko and by Castro.
On the same page. And the Foresters lose that insurance runner. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And now 2 strikes against the righty Gelilich. One-two count. Carter trying to get out of this inning. He sets. Kick of the knee and the pitch is outside 2-2.
He looked a little unhappy right there. He thought that was a good pitch. I mean, obviously it missed, but I think coming off his hand, he thought that was going to be a strike 3.
Righty sets over the top, and it nails Gelilich's left shoulder. A hit by pitch. And the Sturs get that insurance runner back. Bill Pintard out of the dugout. Not sure what he's looking for, but he's screaming at the umpire. And there's going to be a pinch runner for Gelilich. It'll be number 1, Diego Harris, into pinch run. Carson Carter looks a little bit peeved on the mound. He doesn't like making mistakes. And believe it or not, he doesn't make very many. June the 14th. Hard to believe we're almost a quarter of the way through the CCL season. But that's where we are. Oaks in a tight one with Santa Barbara. Throw over to first, not in time.
Such a quick pickoff move.
New hitter is Ross Cadena. He's 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the second. Carter's pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Backhanded by Odekirk. Not going to have a play. No throw, and that'll be another infield hit for the Foresters. This time to the shortstop. Ross Cadena is now 2 for 4. Over to second goes Gelilich. Actually, Diego Harris into pinch run.
Let's stir it up for Connor Pavoloni.
Connor Pavoloni, the big catcher from the right side of the plate. And for another at-bat, his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Carter sets. 2 on, 2 away. First pitch heater for a strike.
In past games against the Foresters, the 4-3 loss, and then obviously the 10-1 loss, this is right around the time when they've fallen apart. The Foresters with a late rally, couple runners on, and they can't quite get him out. This would be a huge out for Carter right here.
0-1 pitch. Runner from second goes. It gets away from Kamenko. Rounding third, coming home is Harris. The throw to the plate is in time. And the Stars are gone in the 8th inning. Base running blunders. And they come up with nothing. Harris out at the plate, and that comes after Ryan Cash was picked off at first base for the second out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, a runner left to the bottom. To the top of the 9th inning, where the Oaks will try and tie this game at 2. Could see a pinch hitter, maybe not, on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 9th, 3 more outs for Caneo. Coach Solis pulling the home run card to lead off the inning as Bailey Holbrook will pinch hit for Ryan Yamashiro. Yamashiro ends the day 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the second, was hit by a pitch in the 4th, and grounded out to shortstop in the 6th. Holbrook is a switch hitter. This time will be in from the left side. Connor Woods, the new pitcher for Santa Barbara. Get you in his stats in a second. Nico O'Donnell's day is done after an inning. And a hit. Foul ball. It's 0-1. And gave up a hit and a walk. Struck out a batter. Pardon me, no walks. Next pitch, Holbrook, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Connor Woods has gone 3 scoreless innings this summer. Struck out 3 batters. 0-2 pitch, called strike 3. And Holbrook is down on 3 pitches. Slow walk back to the dugout. Next up is Steele Ledford for Conejo.
The left fielder, Steele Ledford.
Put a charge into one in the 4th inning, but that's all. He's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Open stance. Woods' first pitch is low on a off-speed pitch. Ramon Gomez is on deck from the right side. Gomez is 1 for 3. Conejo only 2 hits today. One came in the 8th and one back in the 2nd. Fastball, a strike. 1-1.
Man, Connor Woods, yet another power throwing righty on this Foresters staff. Obviously, we saw Nico O'Donnell, Connor Woods now.
0-1 turns to 0-2 on a swing and a miss. Foresters have just been electric off the hill today. Combination of 4 different arms. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, and a nice take by Ledford as that one bounces on home plate. Late night for Caneo. Quick turnaround. 4:30 start tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Too low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oaks took a 1-0 lead back in the second inning. The 2-2. Ground ball hit hard to the right side. Cash on the run, fields, and makes an easy play to first. And the last hope for Caneo will be Ramon Gomez. 1 for 3, a strikeout and a flyout. Base hit back in the second to center field.
Number 10, the second baseman, Ramon Gomez.
Foresters quickly tied the game up, though, in the second inning with a home run from Ross Cadena. He's tortured the Oaks with game-tying blasts. He has 2 this season against the Oaks already. Woods' pitch is a called strike. The Express on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Second baseman Gomez awaits the 0-1. It's on its way. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Eric Kennedy under it, and he makes the play. And the Foresters dropped 2 before today, but they're back in the win column. 2-1, they win this one over Caneo. The Oaks dropped to 4-4 on the season, 2-4 in CCL play. The Foresters 5-2 on the season now, 3-2 in CCL play. Zach, the Oaks were close all day long. The bats were not there today. How about the pitching for Santa Barbara? Only 2 hits given up.
I mean, so far this season, the Oaks have only scored 5 runs against the Foresters pitching staff in 3 games. Absolutely dominant once again from the first pitch to that final out. Connor Woods closed it out. I mean, that fastball was a freight train coming down to the batter, Jordan. Hopefully tomorrow, Oaks can come back and get the bats hot again, but tonight was not their night. Foresters had their number.
Garrett Clark, Drake Greenwood, Nico O'Donnell, and Connor Wood combined to 2-hit the Caneo Oaks. They scratch a run across, even though it was unearned back in the second. That's all they get, and that's all she wrote. 2-1. Sturs take this one. They're 3-0 against the Oaks this summer. Oaks back at it tomorrow at 4:30 against the Academy Barons from Cal Lutheran and Thousand Oaks. The Oaks will get their 2018 CCL rings. We hope you join us then. But for now, we're going to sign off. Thanks to everybody who made this broadcast possible. The entire Oaks intern team, the Caneo Oaks themselves, Oaks coaching staff, for the Santa Barbara Foresters for setting us up here today and for their nice treatment. And for my broadcasting partner, Zach Engberg, I'm Jordan Brenner signing off. The Oaks drop this one 2-1. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.